Hello, welcome back to the YouTube. So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that watched the last video, that gave it some love, all the messages I got. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad that it didn't go down like a, what's the saying? Like a sack of lead balloons. Is that a saying? Anyway, yeah, thank you so much to everyone for the support for that. So we are back with another YouTube video. So I thought I would just take you along on my day with me again, basically. So today is another day off work because honestly, when I'm at work, in the office, whatever, it is going to be a boring day to show. So it is actually Friday, the 26th of July. So usually I would be at work today, but I am on call at work, so I get Fridays off, but I have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. But yeah, so we've got a few different things going on today, and I thought I'd just take you along with me. So I have a online posing session this morning. I have an in-person posing session later on as well. I'm also getting my nails done because this is not acceptable. I hate it when I don't have nails. I just don't feel like me, and I have really short stubby fingers, so I really like having long nails, basically. So yeah, I'll take you along for that. What else are we doing today? I'm going to train. I am training legs again today, which I did film last time. It is a different leg session though, so I'll show you a few clips from that as well. And yeah, just generally take you along on the day with me. Oh, I know what else I'm doing today as well, actually. This evening I am going with some of my friends that aren't actually bodybuilders. I haven't seen them in a while, so we're actually going out for food, which is an interesting one, and one I think I'm going to speak about later on. Is I think it's a big struggle that people have, is having friends, when you're in a prep, having friends that aren't bodybuilders, sort of navigating what to do with them, how to manage going out for food and things like that when you are on prep, because obviously I will not be eating later on, but you've still got to make time for people that aren't involved in bodybuilding that maybe don't understand it. So yeah, I'm going to speak to you about that later. But yeah, I just thought I would intro the video, just give you a little update on where I'm at the moment. So since the last video, I did give you all a little update on sort of how I got into bodybuilding, where I'm at currently in my prep. So obviously it's a week later now. I had my check-in on Tuesday where Dan made no changes this week, so we are literally just continuing on with low days, and low days for me are essentially just slightly less carbs. We have 40 minutes of daily cardio and 12 to 13k steps, which, I don't know, me being me, I have to do 13k because anywhere in between I feel like I'm slacking if I don't hit the top mark. So 13k steps will be done. And yeah, I'll try and show you some food throughout the day if I remember. So yeah, we will continue on, and I will see you all in a bit. So first meal of the day on a training day, we have got 50 grams of oats, 25 grams of whey, and 10 grams of peanut butter, and actually some berries as well, but I'll have them after. So we've got the Perform Carrot Cake Whey. So, it's the best. If you haven't tried it yet, have it in your oats. I feel like I am eating carrot cake. But yeah, honestly, this is my favourite meal of the day, I think, on a training day. So we're going to eat this, probably go for a walk, and then obviously go get my nails done like I mentioned. So yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy. So I'm out on a walk now. I've changed to a different camera, so if the quality changes or if it looks different, that is why. But I've got like a big camera and then this little like vloggy camera. Oh my god, I sound so professional. I'm on YouTube and I sound like I've got all this fucking gear. No idea what I'm doing. But anyway, so I've changed to this little camera because I'm not taking my big camera out on a walk or out anywhere. But we did have, I might put a clip in here, we did have the sausage out on a walk with us. Jacob came as well. But Jacob has been put on a full rest day where he has to do as little steps as possible, no cardio or anything like that. But I still have 13k, so I think Reese, Jacob's coach, will tell him off if he walks all the way with me. So I thought I'd just box off a few more steps. And I don't know if anyone else has a sausage dog and has the same, or any dog really, but he will refuse to continue walking with me if Jacob doesn't come with us, and vice versa. Say if Jacob continued, he wouldn't go with Jacob. He needs to be with both of us to walk. So even if, say if I wanted to take him out for a walk and Jacob was at home, no, he wouldn't be having it. So please let me know if anyone else's dog is like that, or if Flex is just weird. Like, he needs to be in like a pack of all of us, otherwise he's just refuses to go, basically. But yeah, I'm just boxing off a few case steps now before I have my online posing session. It's actually a really nice day again, so that is nice. But it is so nice, honestly. I don't know if anyone else working a 9 to 5 or anything like that agrees with me, but honestly, it is so nice to be able to walk during the day. One of the things I really dislike about having a 9 to 5 is feeling like I can only walk like either early in the morning or like really rushed on a lunch break. So it's nice to be able to just get out during the day and actually be able to get some steps done, get as many done as I want to get done. But this is actually a topic, I spoke about it briefly on my story on Instagram the other day. I feel like in bodybuilding is such a funny one, because I feel like it's almost like a battle of who has it hardest. And I think with work, with jobs, things like that, there's obviously so many bodybuilders now that are online coaches, that have like their own business, stuff like that. And I feel like anyone with like a 9 to 5 or someone that has to work shifts, it's almost a battle between everyone as to who has it hardest and who has to work the hardest to get there. And I think like one of the things I mentioned on my story was, I feel like no one has it easy, no one has it hard. I feel like no matter what job you have, there are going to be pros and cons to it. And I feel like everyone needs to get out of this mindset of like, oh, I have it harder than you and stuff like that. Because again, it's something I spoke to Jacob about, because obviously he's like technically self-employed now. Obviously he owns a business, he owns the gym, he's also an online coach, stuff like that. So he has that like kind of freedom, I suppose, as people think he's in like the perfect position to bodybuild, which in some cases he absolutely is. He has a gym there, he has everything he needs. But people forget he actually has a business to run. That business needs to make money, otherwise he is not making money. We won't be able to afford a house, everything like that. So anything that comes up with the gym, that is always going to be priority. And bodybuilding, to an extent, has to take a slight step back, which I'm sure like he'll tell you for himself. He had that when he first opened the gym. Bodybuilding went out the window a little bit just because there was so much going on. And again, people that work a 9 to 5 will have the argument of, you know, I have to work all day, I have to sit at a desk all day, getting steps is really, really hard, I have to train at the busiest like peak times, stuff like that, which again is very true. And again, people doing shifts, people doing nights, obviously that is hard. But I think it's one of them things that it's all in perspective, because someone that's working a 9 to 5, for example, has that structure of the day. It's so easy to have the same routine every day, because I have a set 9 to 5. I know what hours I'm working, I know what my day's going to look like, sort of months, weeks in advance. So every time I train, it's at the same time. Every time I eat, it's at the same time, everything like that. That's so easy for me to do because of the structure of the kind of job I have got. Whereas someone that is self-employed, someone that's an online coach, whatever it might be, you don't have that structure. Everything is on you. So if you're not the type of person that's really, really organised with your time, and you've not got the same thing going on sort of every single day, again, that's going to be really difficult to plan things in, have the structure that you need for a prep and stuff like that. So yeah, basically, I feel like that was really rambling. But my point is, I feel like people need to just put everything in perspective and not try to say that someone has it harder than them or someone has it easier than them. Because prep in general, of course it's hard. You have to have the discipline. You have to get everything done. No matter what you're doing, you have to do everything. So I don't think anyone can say that, for example, I can't say that Jacob has it easier than me because he has a business. Yes, he has freedom, but I'm also, obviously I see him every day, I see everything that happens. I know that things can get really, really tough for him at different times to me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my little TED talk there. I hope that makes sense as well. But yeah, I just think everyone needs to sort of stay in their lane and remember that it's not easier or harder or anywhere in between for anyone. It's all perspective, and each prep is going to be different and everything. And I think just one more thing to add on that, I think people also need to remember, anyone that owns their own business or anything like that, obviously I I'm like somewhere in between. I do a little bit of both. So obviously I have my 9 to 5, which is my sort of secure, structured job. And then I also obviously have my posing, I have my online coaching, and also being at the gym as well, which again is just sort of as and when. But I think what some people need to remember, if you haven't owned your own business before, or if it's something that sort of doesn't interest you or whatever, you need to remember how hard it is to have your own successful business, something that is going to pay all your bills, everything like that. It's fucking hard. Like, you have to put so many hours in, you have to put so much work into it. It has to almost consume your life in order to be successful at it. So I think that's one of the things people need to remember when you see online coaches or whatever it is, anyone owning their own business. Yes, they may look like they have freedom, they can go and train during the day, they can go and do whatever, but the amount of hours that is going to have to be put into that, or was put into that at the start, I feel like people need to remember that it's not easy. It doesn't make your life easier. To some extent, it makes your life harder because everything relies on you. What you put in is what you get out, essentially. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily make bodybuilding easier, but like I say, everything is relative to sort of what you're doing. So no matter what job you're having, you're gonna have some tough times, you're gonna find it hard. Sometimes you're gonna find it easy as well. So, change of scenery. I have just finished up getting my nails done, and I actually really like them. They're so much better. I hope you can see that. I don't know if it's gonna be really, really bright, but I might show you later. But I'm so happy with them, and I feel so much better with long nails on. And I think one of the things I was thinking before, so I tanned last night, I've done my nails, straightened my hair, and I feel like I'm in that stage of prep where, you know, when you just feel a bit shit. Like, I'm in that middle stage where I'm still not really lean, but I'm not curvy or anything like that. I'm like sort of lean, very, very flat. So I just don't feel my best, to be honest. And I feel like doing these sort of things in prep makes me feel so much better, because I think it's so easy to get into that rut of, you feel a bit shit, you look a bit shit, so you just let sort of everything go downhill, and you end up actually feeling worse than you need to in prep because you let all these other things go. So I feel like dressing up nice, doing my makeup, getting my nails done, everything like that just makes me feel so much better about myself. I feel like I can get more done. I just, yeah, generally makes life feel better. So yeah, really, really happy with my nails. I've got a little 3D flower on there, but went quite neutral. So yeah, really happy with that. Now I am absolutely desperate for a wee, and I should have gone whilst I was there, but now I'm in a dilemma of, do I just hold in my wee and do other things first, or do I drive to the gym, go for a wee, but then have to leave again? This is a constant dilemma because I always need a wee. I deliberately didn't drink too much because I knew this would happen, but yeah, I will drive and decide what I want to do, and I will show you what else I get up to. We have made it to the gym. Like I mentioned, we are on legs today, but I thought I would just talk you through the sort of supplements I'm using, my intra-workout, my pre-workout, everything like that. So I think, like I mentioned in the last video, I never really use stim pre-workouts just because one, I'm quite sensitive to caffeine, and two, most of the time I train in the evening, so I only ever really use pump, and it isn't the evening, it is currently 2:30, but I'm still only going to use a pump today. So my favourite always is Nova Pump Neuro. I switched between a few, so my other favourites are probably HR Labs Blow Up. That one's a really good one. Tastes fucking terrible, but it's a very good pump, so I do like to use that one as well. But yeah, this one is a really, really good one. I also use the Alpha Neon one sometimes, but it's usually just switching between them three. For my intra, so I've been using the HR Labs again, the Hydra EAA. So this one's a really good one. I think it is quite new, but it's got some hydration in there as well as EAA, so that one's a really good one to use. And then just the standard glutamine and creatine. I have both of these in my intra as well. So that is pretty much all I use. Obviously in off season, sometimes I have some carbs in there as well, but we are in the depths of prep, so definitely no carbs in there. But yeah, I am going to make all of these, get myself ready to train, and I may show you some clips, I may not. I'll see as I get to it. I've finished training, and as always, I'm in a massive rush now, and I need to shove some post-workout down me before I go and meet my friends. Obviously, they're going to eat, but I'm not going to be able to eat, so I need to make sure I eat before. But I thought I'd just give you a little fit check. So one of the things that, of course, I have found, I bought like 3 outfit options, and none of them fit me, because I'm at that stage in prep where none of my clothes fit, but I am not willing to spend money on nice clothes when I go out, probably like once or twice in the whole of prep, dressing nice. So this is what I'm wearing. So basic bitch outfit basically, but have blue jeans, a nice white top. These are actually fit jeans. They are too big, but they kind of, because they're so stretchy, they kind of suck in, so I think I can get away with them. I'll be sat down anyway, so, but yeah. This is the fit. I've just blow dried my hair, lovely, after cardio, and redone my makeup, and I think this will do. We'll be presentable enough. Hello guys, as I expected, it is the next day, because I got home, I keep thinking late, it really wasn't late. I got home at like 9:10, but to me, that is late, and by the time I got home, had some food, I just wanted to sleep. So it is the next day, but I thought I would just give you all a little update. So like I mentioned in, I think the previous clip, I went and saw some friends. So we actually went to an Indian restaurant, and I just had a Diet Coke. So like I mentioned in the previous clips, I just wanted to speak about sort of social occasions, how to manage sort of people in your life that maybe don't understand bodybuilding and things like that, because I think one of the things a lot of people forget is, like, being a bodybuilder, you're the weird one, if that makes any sense. So you're the one that's doing something strange and out of the ordinary, and I think it's completely understandable that not everyone will get it, and not everyone will be, not necessarily unsupportive, but if they don't get it, they're not going to be that involved in it, right? One of the things that people need to remember is you've got people in your life, most people will have people in their life that are either completely out of sync with bodybuilding, they don't understand it, and then you'll have your people that are involved in bodybuilding and you feel like are the really, really supportive ones. I definitely have that. So I have my friends that I saw last night that I have known for years and years, sort of since I was a kid, and they have no involvement in bodybuilding whatsoever, but that doesn't mean I am going to not see them or stop being friends with them or whatever it is just because I am in a prep. The other group I've got that are very involved in bodybuilding, I obviously see them more regularly in a prep just because they're so involved in the bodybuilding aspect of it. I see them at the gym every day, everything like that. I'm speaking to them on a regular basis. And I think it can be really, really difficult trying to manage sort of spending time and giving quality time to people that aren't involved in your prep. So probably a lot of people also have like family members and things like that that again just don't understand bodybuilding. I think I'm very lucky in the sense that my family is very supportive of what I do. I've never got any like judgment for it or anything like that. Like my mom, my sister and her partner all came to my bodybuilding shows. You know, my brother comes to the gym all the time, and they have never really questioned what I'm doing to an extent. But anyway, it would have been so easy yesterday for me to say no to going out for food because 1, I know I can't eat, and 2, I am hungry and I would be going, I went and essentially watched them eat food. But what you need to remember is, like I say, when they're not involved in bodybuilding, they may not understand. You may get some comments, you know, maybe like, what, you can't eat anything, stuff like that. But I think sometimes you've just got to brush it off. I know it's easy when you're in a prep, you're in the depths of prep, to get really annoyed at people for saying stuff like that. But I think a lot of people forget that, like I said, you're the strange one. You're the one that's choosing to do this. So sometimes you've just got to accept it. So if you get a comment, you've just got to be like, look, no, I can't eat anything, but I want to spend time with you. So I'm going to come and sit there and I'm going to drink a Diet Coke or a glass of water or whatever it is. And realistically, if you want to spend time with them and you want to speak to them and they want to spend time with you, then it will be absolutely fine. You don't need to sort of stress about it. And I know, like I say, you can get tired in prep, everything like that, but you always just need to remember that you are choosing to do this. You shouldn't make people around you miserable just because you might be having a shit day or you might be feeling a bit rough that day or whatever it is. So yeah, I always think if you get funny comments, if you get funny looks or whatever it is for what you're doing, just brush it off. It's absolutely fine. It's not going to stop you from sort of reaching your goal or anything like that. Even if they don't understand it, that does not matter. They don't need to be involved in that side of your life. And I think, again, it's absolutely fine to have friends that are involved in different aspects of your life. They don't all have to be involved with absolutely everything you're doing. Same with family, everything like that. If they don't get it and they don't really want to be involved because it's just not for them, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you've got them groups that are involved in it, that are really, really supportive of your bodybuilding journey or whatever it is, because trust me, you will need that, especially towards the end of prep. And there's such a big community now of bodybuilders. So like within our Limitless Flow posing community, we have a community group chat, we have a community site, everything like that. Everyone is so supportive. When we do our group sessions and things like that, I think it's like the perfect opportunity to meet loads of people like that. And obviously I'm quite lucky again in the sense that I'm at a bodybuilding gym all the time. Most hours of my day I am there, so I've met so many bodybuilders, so many people in a similar situation to me. So I feel like if you have that side to you, you can then go out. Literally, all I did yesterday was, just before I left, I ate my food. I went, I sat there, I ordered a Diet Coke. Again, you might get a little bit of a funny look from the waitress or whatever saying, what, you don't want any food? But it literally doesn't matter. That they will forget about that later, or even if they don't, it really doesn't matter. You don't know who they are. So just sort of let it happen, brush it off, like I say, get yourself a drink and just enjoy the company of having people around you and still enjoying social aspects, because like I say, you don't want to just ghost everyone in your life that doesn't understand bodybuilding. Oh, I hope that ramble all made sense. I am actually working again today, even though it's Saturday, like I mentioned, because I'm on call. So the rest of the day, basically, I'm going to work until 1 o'clock. I'm then going to go to the gym, train, cardio, finish on my steps. I do to go for a walk before this as well with Flex. So I feel like Flex has not had a good appearance in this. Let me get him. Here he is. Everyone's favourite little dog that's so loud, and he really wants to play now because I just called him. But I'm going to close off this video now. I'm going to have to let go. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I say, please comment down below if you have any ideas of what kind of videos you want. I think I've already had this suggestion, so I think me and Jacob are going to do a Q&A at some point, maybe next week, maybe a little bit later on. But if you've got any questions, I'm going to pop it on my story on Instagram, so make sure you go check that out. Ask us any questions you want. They can be juicy, they can be bodybuilding related, they could be life related, absolutely anything. We will answer your questions. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and let me know what you think, and I will catch you all in the next video.